It's Big Los, and today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title free, and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And Carole Baskin did that shit.
Yeah, she did.
If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. My guy, Kev.
What's going on, man?
How's quarantine life treating you, sir?
I hate this shit. And I hate it for so many reasons.
Why is that?
Well, my reasons are, number one, I be bored. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing to do. And it seems like, okay, I sleep. You know what I mean? Obviously, sleeping is all fucked up.
All the way.
Wake up and you just sit there until it's time to go back to sleep. You know what I mean? It's not cool. And then for me, I have two small children at the house. And trying to explain to them that we can't go out to the park. We can't do X, Y, and Z because it's not right. They're not trying to hear that.
Right.
They like those kids in Florida. They're like, no, nigga, we outside.
We at the beach, bro.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So
listen, I want to create something different here, and I'm kind of putting you on the spot because we did not discuss this before. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to talk about it, you absolutely do not have to. Okay. But you were telling me yesterday that your day was chock full of shit. Literally.
Yeah, yesterday.
Can we please have a story time with Kev about you're 20 minutes away from the crib, please?
Yeah. Yesterday it was a shitty ass day. Mm-hmm. Yesterday, no pun intended.
But
So, I left early. Obviously, my sleeping is messed up, so I was up. And since we're under quarantine, the stores is not open until like 8.
Right.
You know what I mean? The closest store to me is
and they counting you like nightclubs.
Yeah, dead ass. Closest store to me is not open until 8. So kids asleep. I'm like, I live with my aunt. I'm like, my aunt's there. So I'm like, okay, if they were to wake up, you know what I mean, she's up, it's cool. Mm-hmm. But they're asleep. So I'm like, I'm only going to get literally 5 things. And I'm getting there when they open. I am going to be in and out. Like DMV, you're trying to be in and out.
Right.
And for the most part, that worked. Except when I got home, as I'm walking up the stairs, I hear my son. I'm like, wait a minute. This nigga's not supposed to be awake. That's number one. Then I hear my daughter. Oh, shit. What am I walking into?
The suspense music is building up.
And as I did get up there, I can tell that they had probably literally just got up. Like I probably was like at the closest light to me when they got up. So my son especially, he has a thing where if he knows nobody is in like the room where he's at, he's gonna hop out of his bed and he's gonna raid shit. He's truly my kid because if he can get into some candy, if you got some candy, he's gonna find it.
He said, if you got some candy, I got some candy.
Exactly. So I walk in, I get in the house. I'm like, yo, y'all not supposed to be up. Put the food up. You know what I mean? Going to my room to change my clothes, get out of my clothes that I just was in, and walked in there, and first of all, like drawers is open. Mm. You know what I mean? Luckily, I ate my candy, so it was going already. But
they were let down.
Yeah. But for other people, it didn't work that way. So I see. I kind of expect that. They're up. Maybe something is gonna be a little bit off. All right, cool. And then I noticed my son. He needed his pull up and stuff changed. So I'm doing that. And as I'm doing that, the room is stinking, and I'm thinking it's him. Mm-hmm. And then I take the pull up off. I'm like, nah, he didn't do that. Why does the room smell this way? Especially when I just cleaned the room the day before. Why? Because I ain't got shit else to do.
Right.
So I'm sitting there, and my daughter, she comes in like she normally does, and she steps, and she's like, ew, what is this? Oh. And she pulls up her bottom of her foot, and I'm looking, I'm like, huh, what is that? Because, yes, I do smell something, but there was nothing in his diaper. There was no remnants of nothing in his diaper. So I see where she steps on, and it's mushed into the carpet. It's wet. Huh. I got to look, and I'm like, that shit. That is shit on the carpet.
The start of a shitty day.
That is shit on the carpet. Not only is it shit on the carpet, I just vacuumed this carpet. Like literally, that morning would have been the first time people were walking on that carpet.
You were proud of your work.
Yes. Because I have a thing, right? Mm-hmm. I kind of don't believe in making up the bed.
Okay.
Because I feel like you're going to get back in it anyway. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I will if I'm supposed to, or, you know what I mean? If I'm cleaning up my room, yes, I'm going to make up my bed. But for the most part, I don't believe in it. But the day before, I had nothing to do. So I'm like, all right, I'm finna clean all this shit up.
Right.
The shit on the floor. And it's smushed in. So as I'm cleaning it up, I'm wondering how the shit got on the floor. Because again, he does not have any shit on him. I don't know where this shit came from.
This mystery shit.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. All I know is it was smushed into the carpet. Shit was bad. And that's what started the fucked up day. From that point on, it just seemed like it was messed up.
And that's, you know, it was very telling. It was poetic almost of what your day was about to be.
Listen.
And the only reason it was so damn funny to me because I instantly thought about that Kevin Hart joke where the baby, the good baby,
yeah,
took his diaper off and shit on the floor, but no one knew because the diaper was clean. I'm like, damn, that actually happened to my nigga.
Yeah, like I kid you not. Like when I smelled it, I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Let me clean him up. Probably throw him in the bath or something like that. Because you know he did his thing. Nah, he didn't. But somehow, some way,
he did.
And the killer part about it is because when he does poop in his diaper or something like that, it doesn't stay in the house. I bag it up and throw it outside.
Right.
So where did this shit come from? I have so many questions. Like, was this baby shit? Was this a grown person shit?
I say, was somebody being petty?
Exactly.
What was going on?
I don't know. All I know is it was smushed into the carpet and I had to clean it up. So quarantine sucks.
Long story short, I don't know. I could imagine the grimy brown giant coming out looking like Yosemite Sam, rocket,
like the quarantine is yeah. I'm good on quarantine.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time. It's funny. I was just talking to Skylar about it today, actually, and he was like, "Man, y'all only been locked in the house for a week." I was like, I've actually been off work since the 10th. I've had some time. So my cabin fever can start settling in. But what's weird is outside of the lack of access that I have to other places, one of them being the smoke shop, which is so weird. That feels like such an essential to me, especially the dispensaries and the fact they're only doing deliveries now. I've had to go back to going to your friendly neighborhood weed man.
Either that or New.
What's that?
Found this dispensary.
Oh, New Woo. Okay.
Yeah. And here they doing like the drive-through. The problem is it'd be an hour plus wait.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like they're growing the shit. Like, come on, dog. Can we get some weed?
Yeah. So this quarantine sucks. It makes you think when you see everything closed, it shows how spoiled we are here in Vegas.
Oh, yes.
I be looking at like, damn, this what y'all be going through other cities.
And be talking big shit too. Yeah. I be like, big shit.
Oh, this shit.
Like, this is terrible. Get your ass home by 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So like besides, having access to all those things, I'm not going to flex, dog. I've been loving this shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me also give everybody a heads up. I don't know what the hell we're going to call it, but saying what the pandemic is, the pandemic virus or whatever, that has been demonetizing a lot of YouTube videos. And as y'all see, we were back on camera. It's been demonetizing YouTube videos, and it's also been kind of hiding the videos in the shuffle of the algorithm. Because I guess and which is understandable, they don't want to put too much shit out there,
right?
About it that's not coming from the news,
right?
So we can't say the word. So I'm trying to figure out what's a good word to use for it.
Like we really can't say the word?
Yeah, like literally any mention of or
really
19, it fucks with the algorithm. And a lot of content creators are affected by it.
When did you find this out?
So you know me, I normally sit in the house and watch YouTube anyway. Right. I ain't even got cable. You know what I mean? I just got Wi-Fi. And a lot of the creators that I watch, one of them being John Campia, he does basically all movie talk. He used to be Collider. He was saying that he mentioned it, and he got multiple notifications that his video is now demonetized. And then he also noticed a huge change in his in his views. But he realizes it only changed on the videos containing that word, containing the pandemic word.
Really?
So I was like, oh shit. So
since we can't say, we're just gonna refer to it as the pandemic.
Sure, the pandemic.
The pandemic.
I don't even know if we can call it the nickname that black people have dubbed it.
Right. I was thinking that too.
I'm pretty sure they got that like in the list of words since that shit is viral.
Yeah, that people damn near calling it that instead of what it really is.
Right. And we're trying to keep away from really talking about it anyway because one, I know y'all tired of hearing about it, and for two, it's going to end up knocking us down the algorithms, and we already got a lot of rebuilding to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, ever since this pandemic, I've been able to put my 100% focus in the beat and planning, and we got some dope shit coming.
Yeah.
Especially from the Noize, really from everybody. Melanin Boulevard was able to launch the Melanin Boulevard After Dark. So if you aren't following that, go ahead and follow that on IG, and it's exactly how it said, Melanin Boulevard After Dark. We've been able to really plan and put things together because like we talked about in the last episode, this really threw a monkey wrench into everything we had set up. Like we closed 2019 out the best that we've done in multiple years of doing Beat Network. We were going to triple what we did in the end of 2019 when it comes down to the media events. We're technically right now supposed to be gearing up for the NAB conference. And we had some solid interviews lined up for that, some solid footage we were going to put together. Me and Dave were supposed to be going to the NAB brunch. I'm like, oh, I get to be Sadiddy in this motherfucker. You feel me? I'm going to show up with a pink bow tie.
Pandemic said, nah.
We cool off all that. Let's go ahead and cancel all that.
I do want to say shout out to Back to the Classics because they did have me on their last episode. So if you haven't already checked that out, Romeo Must Die. Yeah, Romeo Must Die.
Yeah. Classic, by the way.
Yeah, that was really fun. I appreciate those guys. It was cool, man. It was cool. So go check that out if you haven't already.
Definitely one of the dopest openers. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. For example, gentlemen with the machine gun. They start blasting off. Ain't none of y'all going home. I wonder does DMX look at that guy and be like, I miss you. It has to be something because like it's literally a night and day version of DMX.
Yeah, that's a good question. Huh.
Completely different person. But anyway, off subject. So I
wonder how high he was when he did that.
Oh, he probably was baked.
Yeah, I wonder how high he was.
I wonder what he was high on around the time he did that.
Everything.
No, I feel like Belly, he was high for everything.
Oh, you know
that
he
nigga
was high.
had stupid energy in Belly.
Yeah, you know he was high on Belly.
Had to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time's been allowing me to really focus on beat and really get a feel for beat being my only, you know what I'm saying, line of income and beat being my only job. And I love it, dog. Like I feel very accomplished getting the things done that we're getting done. And we're going to fuck April and May. We're going to fuck the rest of the year up once all this shit passes. But I know April, we got so much dope content that we're going to be bringing to y'all, and make sure y'all stick with us, man. Might as well. You're in the house anyway.
that's why it's good. Like I said to you
and
before.
It's free.
Yeah. Like I said to you before, like I don't think nobody wanted to be stuck in the house. But
right.
For a lot of people, us included, this is what we needed.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So can focus on what we need to focus on, and for the people watching or listening, you got shit else to do.
Pretty much. Only thing that sucks is that I haven't been able to go to any hookah lounges. I've like really just started getting my social life up again. And then as soon as I get my social life up, I take your ass back home. Right. Let's go ahead and chill in the crib. Chill, yeah. I'm like, you're right. You're right. I should have been on that bullshit. Right. You're right.
Saving money. Right.
But then they closed my dispensaries. I don't know what to do. But I like I said, I have been going to the friendly neighborhood weed, man.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes. Okay, you're right. We have been spoiled here in Las Vegas because I forgot how much conversation you got to have with the weed, man.
Yeah.
I completely fucking forgot.
Yeah.
And like the one that I've been going to recently, he of course he has his kid, so he always meets you outside. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can talk about this. I'm not incriminating myself.
I was just going to say, can we talk about?
I feel like we can, but. Because ain't no evidence. I can always say, I was making this up for the show. But he comes outside or whatever, and the other day it was it was sprinkling a little bit, so it was a little chilly. So like we just out there, and I'm like, all right, bro, and we try to walk off, and it's
he's still
just more conversation. I'm like, come on, man.
I gotta remember he on quarantine too.
He's like, my bed house with just these kids, man.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I wonder if he got shit on his floor.
Probably so. Probably
You know what I mean?
He probably has a bevel.
Yeah. He probably like, yo, help me.
Please. Like that one lone glory tear just falls. Like, hey, bro, I feel for you, but it's cold.
Yeah.
And then I had that one weird moment where he came out smoking and he offered me a hit, and I was like, it's too much going on at the moment. I'm a pass.
Yeah.
I'm a pass on that, but God bless you.
Yeah, right.
You know, I appreciate
it. The thought was cool.
I appreciate you looking out for your boy.
Yeah.
So obviously the entire world has been consuming the exact same content for the last week. Mm-hmm. And I want to say personally, sir, we talked about this when we had Skylar on the show. Thank you. Thank you and thanks, Skylar, for telling me of this glorious blessing known as Tiger King on Netflix. I sat through all 7 of those long-ass episodes, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
Ran through it. I ran through it like a work day. I didn't work on shit. I didn't do anything for beat. I didn't do anything personal. I didn't eat anything. I just literally sat and I was hooked. Skylar even said he came in and saw me watch it. It was like, dog, you have the exact face that I have. And when you look at everybody that watches the show, they all kind of got that, kind of face when they're watching Tiger King.
Black, obviously, I mean, it was out. People were talking about it, so that's kind of what made me watch it. But now, for whatever reason, it seems like everybody is on it.
The world is on.
So Black Twitter is like, yo, do y'all see this shit? You know what I mean? I guess it kind of feels good because it's not like reality TV, but it's reality. Right. So you're like, I don't feel so bad about Love and Hip Hop now.
Nah, Love and Hip Hop need to step their game up. Compared to what's going on with the Tiger King, Love and Hip Hop need to go ahead and step their game up. I don't see nobody getting their arm bitten off.
Nah, and she was a G.
Oh yeah,
she was a G.
She was back to work. What's it? They said like 3 days later or something.
5.
Like that.
She was back 5 days later. They said 2 years of reconstructive surgery on your arm. She's like, no, just cut this shit off.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but you can tell she didn't do much real care for the arm itself. Because normally
she probably didn't want to have nothing to do with it.
Well, obviously, because she wanted to get it amputated. But normally, when you think about the amputees that you see, it's pretty, I can't say fresh, but if it was fresh, that'd be disgusting. But it's pretty, smooth around the way. Like you can see there was a lot of surgery done to, okay, there's not going to be an arm there, but we're going to at least make it look good. Her shit did not look good. Her shit looked like liver.
Yeah, she just got off. And she ain't have no prosthetic or nothing. She was just rocking it out.
She was letting it rock.
Yeah. Did you see we need a drop that says
Carole Baskin did it. Carole Baskin killer.
We could definitely get a drop. But we need
to hear Kitty drop.
We need to find a drop like if we're gonna for like spoilers. You know what I mean? Again, the whole world's on it, so I don't know if
at this point, especially I know the ear hustlers ratchet asses also.
Yeah.
Cause shit, we put up the Hear Kitty video on the Noize page, and that shit's floating. I think that's at like 1,500 views right now.
You see the people, the customer's face when he went into that gift shop and said, "So one of our employees just got her arm bit off."
I got
their face was like,
I got so much respect for dude because he was keeping it trail. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all before the news tell y'all. And then once he got done mentioning it, everybody just kind of stopped. No one said shit. They just looked at it.
Stopped. But I think he caught their attention when he was like, I'm going to tell you before the news tell y'all. If I'm somewhere and they be like, I'm going to tell you before the news tell you, I'm like,
oh shit.
Wait, what?
Especially right now.
Yeah. What does the news have to say?
I'm going to tell y'all before the news tell y'all, everybody here got pandemic. Excuse me?
What?
Yeah, we all can't leave for 2 weeks. Nigga, in here? Oh, no.
He said it was 10,000. Was it did he say a month? They say a month for feeding the tigers. Or the cats, I'll say the cats. I think
it was a crazy number.
For each cat. That's nuts.
That's wild. No, but remember he even he a hustler. He used to go to Walmart and Smith's and all the little stores that all the food they were gonna throw out expired food. He would take that and then feed it to the cats.
Yeah, I thought that was genius until I seen that he was only paying the employees $100 a week, and they was and they was eating the expired food too.
Hey, did you see that neighborhood, bro?
I'm like, whoa. They were literally living in rat infested mobile homes.
There were so many layers to Tiger King that I was unprepared for.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we're going to go into, because they open it up with them talking about, I guess, spoilers and spoiler.
That's why a drop would be, we are about to spoil some shit.
Like, if you haven't seen it, spoiler hands. If you have, and also if you haven't seen it, nigga, you are in the house.
You missing out.
What's going on? Join the conversation. But yeah, so it opens up with him, his voiceover talking about how once you hear the whole story, you'll wonder, what the fuck am I doing in here? And then they start talking about murder. I'm like, oh, this finna be solid.
Yeah.
And then you get into it. I'm all like, okay, gay meth lovers. All right. Carole Baskin's killing her husband, feeding him the tigers. Okay.
Let's get there. Let's get there. Because Carole, she ain't shit.
No, at all.
Yeah, let's get there. But before, we going to stay on Mr. Exotic.
Okay, we'll stay on Joe Exotic.
We'll stay on Mr. Exotic.
That is a different type dude.
Yes.
That is a different type dude. Blonde mullet. My man was out here living his life, dog.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? And this kind of going back to the caretaker getting her arm bitten off. When it happened, he hopped on the scene. He did what he was supposed to do. He threw on a bomber jacket. All of a sudden became an EMS. And when he finally got some time to himself, you would think like, oh, she's been working for me for 10 years, oh man, I hope I don't have to put the tiger down. The first thing this nigga said was, I am never going to financially bounce back from this.
Yes. And then he told I can't remember who was there, one of the employees. He was like, all right, just go make your regular rounds and don't stick your arm in the cage. Nigga, what?
Why is that
Why
advice?
Is that? Right. That's what we're leading with?
You would think we all knew that.
Right. Yeah. Joe Exotic was a very, or is, because he's not dead, obviously. But he's a very peculiar guy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Like, when are we going to talk about the gay men who are predators? Because this guy was finding, I'm assuming, underage straight guys. Mm-hmm. And, they say they're straight, but I always have to say kind of turning them gay.
I mean, that goes back to the Kevin Spacey situation.
Yeah.
I don't think they're in too much of a rush for, I guess, the gay men that are predators. I don't know if that's kind of like a we'll get to them type situation, but nah, you're absolutely right. Like the two dudes that he married, he suckered them both in with meth.
Yeah.
Or the dude who was sleeping with his secretary.
Yeah. I know he.
No, there are so many layers to this show. Y'all need to go ahead and hop in there.
I know that guy was probably seduced by meth. The second guy, he probably was dabbling in it too, but obviously dude was a pothead.
Yeah, his thing was weed.
Yeah, his thing was weed.
Dog, when they showed the clip of the what was he? He wasn't a paralegal. What was he?
Who?
The white guy with the glasses.
Campaign manager?
Campaign manager. When they showed the video of the campaign manager reacting to the second husband shooting himself.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, how are you here talking about this? Like, granted, like we all, I guess when you come from certain neighborhoods, you've seen a dead body at least once or twice.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd react to someone accidentally shooting themselves. Like your last words to me was, oh, the gun won't shoot when the clip's not in it.
Right.
And then what does the gun do when the clip not in it? Shoot.
Yeah. That was a very weird thing. Oh, and it's some white people shit because I don't know, regardless whether there's a clip in it or not, unless the dude is severely mentally unstable, I don't know too many black people that's gonna put a gun to their head and pull the trigger.
9 times out of 10,
you know what I mean?
9 times out of 10, if it is a black dude doing it, he is also abusing his wife.
Right, it's something like that.
He's low key like mentally torturing her by doing shit like that.
Exactly.
There's actually a video that's floating right now on social media of a dude shooting at his wife as a joke.
I didn't want to click on that video, but I know what video you're talking about.
I'm like, dog, if you're doing that as a joke, I know you whooping her ass.
Yeah,
There's
you gotta
no way
be.
you're not.
You gotta be. I seen the video of the campaign manager and like I knew when he first did it that dude was really going, but the campaign manager was like, I thought he was just joking at first until I seen he was dead. I'm like, nah.
He said, 'cause it's nothing like the movies. Like,
nah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I remember back when I was working security a few years ago, for a casino, they put you through like the week training and so on and so forth, and you got to watch videos. The video that at the time messed me up, not for the duration of that class, was they were showing different different scenarios where people will come in and do crazy stuff. Basically, the videos we were watching, I'm 100% sure that's a lot of the same videos that they give cops when they're entering in. And they showed this Hispanic guy, and he was being brought in to be questioned about something. What? I don't know. The cop that he was in, I guess he was going to get the guy something to drink. So he leaves. Dude pulls out a gun and shoots himself in the head. But the shit looked so crazy because I've never seen nothing like that. So I can only imagine that's probably what the campaign
being in front of him. No, that's the exact thing I'm saying. Now, there's a video that, a news report that happened that ultimately turned into a viral video where they were chasing this dude down. And he's like running in like the desert, and the delay completely failed the newsroom at this time. And once he got to the middle of the desert, he looked around, took out a pistol, and just popped himself in the head. But after that already happened, then you hear the anchor says, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. And then he just like turns around. You could tell he wanted to be like, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he knew what was about to happen. But the tape delay was so trash, you watch dude shoot himself, and then they cut to the anchor going, take it off, take it off, take it off, take it off. Like, nah.
Nah, we seen that shit. Yeah,
we seen it.
Yeah, I thought it was dope. I don't think it was. I thought that was nuts. That particular scene was nuts. You know what I mean? And I know out of everybody that they've talked to in that video, the campaign manager seemed like the only one that may have had some wits about him.
Some kind of normalcy, right?
I mean,
I also think he was secretly sleeping with Joe Exotic.
Yeah, cause I was about to say. Then again, my nigga, you took on this campaign. You was like, hey, this is my dream job. I want to do this. Like, come, you see this man? Come on,
you see? You think he's gonna win presidency?
Right. Come on, dog. But he was the only one that seemed like he got his degree, or he got his diploma. He got his diploma. We'll say that.
And again, there are so many layers, but just kind of wrapping up on this one, you didn't have enough time to feel for the accidental suicide. Because then the very next scene was him talking about when I'm working on something with the campaign, he would come rub his balls. Like,
yeah, he shouldn't have spoke at the funeral.
Oh, he did more than speak.
I know he did more, but he shouldn't have did none of that. And the only person in the funeral that I felt really bad, awkward for is dude's mom, because she you can tell she was hurt, you know, obviously, but she knew. She was like, I didn't understand why he was doing this, but it made him happy, so I just rock with it. Like, to know your kid killed himself and is gone, and then have the nigga that you really don't fuck with up there talking about this man's balls and singing. Yeah, if it was a black mom, she probably would have snuffed him.
Oh yeah, he would have never spoke.
Yeah,
he would have never spoke. He never got up there.
Yeah,
or the relationship would have never happened.
Or that.
There's also that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was a shit show.
Dog, and like the fact that he ended up bouncing back 2 months later and got a whole new dude, and then incorporated the mother to pretty much solidify, like, oh yeah, I approve of this marriage.
Yeah. But even that guy, he seemed like he was messing with him when he was kind of. I'm not gonna say he was underage, but he seemed like he was young. I mean, the first dude, nigga, you were 22 years older than him,
right,
bruh. So yeah, that's right. But let's get to Miss Baskins.
Okay. So the next subject is Carole Baskin, and like we said, there are a lot of layers to this show. We're going to focus on 3 people, one being Joe Exotic, Carole Baskin, and then what was the other dude with the hat? Always had the hat on.
Jeff Lowe.
We want to talk about him as well after Carole Baskin.
We can throw in, I forget his name too. The cat.
With white hair.
Yeah, they had all the wives.
Oh yeah. We can give a quick one.
Give a quick one to him. But Miss Baskin.
Carole Baskin. Long story short, man, she killed her husband.
Oh yeah, she did that.
There's no way that she didn't, because the way that she talks about being accused of killing her husband,
it's so unbelievable.
You're way too chill.
Yeah, she was like, and she'd be rolling her eyes in the back of her head, like, oh my God. I'm like, come on, bitch, you did.
I mean, the only way the cats will eat a human is if you put this, that, and third. I'm like, so is that what you did? Or is it like, are you admitting?
And not only that, that is not the only way a cat will eat a human. Have you not seen Animal Planet?
Right. The caretaker lost her whole arm.
Right.
Just for being there.
Right. What killed what off top, this is before I even got, I think Carole may have popped up for real, like episode 2, maybe 3. What got me was she was at Joe's head about what he was doing, but was doing the same shit, if not worse.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong.
But that's why I've never understood those rescue things, because y'all don't release them back to the wild. Y'all just put them in bigger cages.
Because they're not, those ones are not true rescue places. the ones that you see, ironically, I was watching a dope show on Netflix called Shot in the Dark. It's fucking amazing if you like camera work and stuff like that. It's about animals. I was watching that last night, but they went to a animal reserve, and it was, yes, you can tell it was a fence, but if you're in the reserve, like deep in there, you can't see the fence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like animals are not caged or nothing. They're roaming free and just have a perimeter around that's so big.
See, that I'm used to. Like
Exactly.
places like Yellowstone National Park. Like you know, if I go through Yellowstone, it's hella bears in there.
Right.
But they don't feel encaged. But you know, they're not going to leave Yellowstone.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was not doing that. She had them in smaller cages than what Joe had them in.
And was still doing the zoo.
Yeah. Yeah, she was literally doing the same thing he was doing. And then when they started talking about her allegedly or potentially killing her husband, I'm like, yeah, you did that shit.
But that's the thing, man. Again, that whatever that little neighborhood is, where I guess no, she was in Florida, I think is what they were saying. But that whole group, every person that was in this video was on some weird shit.
Absolutely. Because
if you remember, there was a scene where her husband's just randomly singing to her after Joe is sentenced and found guilty. There's a picture that just came out not too long ago of that same husband dressed as a tiger, and Carole Baskin's holding him with a leash. I'm like, y'all be on some weird shit.
Yeah, they be on some weird shit.
There's no way y'all not
on some weird shit. And then just about her potentially killing her first husband. If you listen to how they said they came about, you know what I mean? He was already married with the kid, whether he was unhappy or not, I don't know. Was driving, seeing her. But she was just walking down the street, leaving an abusive relationship, supposedly. So you just pick up this random woman just walking down the street. I don't think much good is gonna come from that.
I thought it was a prostitution situation.
Me too.
He was like, "Yo, this box is fired."
And then he was what got me was they all explained, the wife, her, they all explained that he was about his money. He was you can tell, you can look at him, he was probably didn't grow up with a lot of female attention, got money and then started to get female attention. But then obviously you don't know if she's fucking me because of me or she fucking me because of the bread. But it was like, he definitely was about his money, right? So for him to magically die and she to get 90%.
And the family barely got a spit.
after they were having risk because he was like, yo, you about my money. Like you're fucking with me because of my money. Like he already had that in his head, but then he magically just gone. Carole did that shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She fed him to the Tigers.
She definitely did.
But you know what though? His sacrifice led to the greatest diss song ever created. Absolutely. Here, Kitty, Kitty, easily top 5. Hit him up, get out of here.
Hey, you know, I'm not big on country or anything like that. But so I'm not as savvy as country listeners. But our first listen, he probably could have did that.
Oh yeah.
He probably could have, found a lane and did that. Because that diss track was by far the most creative shit.
Bars.
Like that, he was, yeah. You know how mad you gotta be to not be a professional musical artist? Like you're literally doing a complete separate thing. You are a quote unquote tiger handler and you made a diss track. You know how mad you had to be?
No, I was surprised at how spot on the lookalike he had of Carole Baskin.
Yeah, I was looking like,
I thought it was actually her. I was like, oh damn.
She all right.
We're gonna find out they're like related or something.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Something crazy. Hey, we just seen stranger shit in that damn show.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. But yeah, from jump, when I was looking, I'm like, Carole, I ain't fucking with you either. I ain't, nah.
Like, I got some questions for you too.
For the first couple episodes, until they really got in the bag of Joe Exotic, I was like, all right, I don't agree with some of the stuff he's done, but Carole, you being a bitch right now.
Like you kind of just in the way at the moment.
And then as it going, I was like, oh. Carole, you still a bitch, but
But Joe, yo.
yeah. It's
funny because the hashtag Free Joe Exotic is going around too.
I ain't gonna front. I was gonna tweet Joe Exotic for president, but that was 4 years ago. If I would have known then yeah. I didn't know he ran for president and did all that. Like that was news to me.
Yeah, listen, he did it all.
But Carole Baskin, I'm not. Nah, I'm not. She's not the protagonist in this whole thing.
Oh no, not at all. She's nowhere near the good guy in any of this.
And then what makes me think she did it too? Obviously, her thing is she's fucking with dudes with money.
Wait, with bread, absolutely.
Because she was fucking with the first nigga. Obviously, he had money. But then the second dude that they were showing with her, he had bread too.
Yeah.
Because once he was like, all right, enough is enough, he got Joe out of the paint
quick.
You know what I mean? So yeah, she like niggas with money.
Now what was
I can't remember what this guy's name was.
No, I'm talking about the one that we were going to before my man with the ponytail.
Oh, Jeff Lowe?
Jeff Lowe. You know, he's a bitch ass nigga.
Absolutely.
There's no other way around naming him. But he's gotta be champion finesser, dog.
Oh, absolutely.
He's gotta be. Like he went to Vegas, was doing the tiger the party bus with the tigers,
and he did get a bar off that I don't think most people could get off while their girl is right next to him.
He didn't give a fuck, but which one are you talking about?
He was like, little pussies get you a lot of pussy.
Yep, yeah.
And she was like, oh yeah. I was like, yo.
Nah, shit. Remember towards the end when his girl was sitting there pregnant, he was like, yeah, we can get a nanny, but I get to choose her.
I don't remember seeing that.
You don't remember that? It's literally right at the end. He turns the camera. He turns his phone to the camera. It's this cute little. She looked like some kind of Latin. Mm-hmm. And he turns the phone to the camera to say that this is going to be who we're trying to get as a nanny. And the wife was just sitting there, I'm like, yeah, you know he's fucking the nanny. Mm-hmm. As soon as the nanny get there,
and not only that,
dropping off dick.
You know he's fucking her, and there ain't shit you could do about it.
Nothing you could do about it.
Nothing you could do about it.
Because he's trying to be like old boy with the ponytail.
Yeah. He did finesse and kind of, I don't want to say come up, but also came up in a sense. Because, I mean, whether he had the money they were saying in the doc or not, that's besides the point. At the end of the day, he took Joe's whole shit.
Oh yeah, he said it's me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And
how you bail somebody out and you ain't even got no money, and everybody keeps saying no, he's broke.
Yeah,
even when he tried to start the other zoo with old boy.
Yeah,
it was like nah, like I was we're supposed to be 50-50, but I'm the one bringing in everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Jeff, but that's the thing. He got to be champion finesse because
it has to be.
He was looking at a pretty big bid.
Yeah.
How you get in contact with the hitman that this nigga hired? Like, hey, look, if we flip on him, we both gonna be straight.
That's part of the reason why.
And he had no problem talking about it.
Nah, I'm 50-50. I'm 50-50 with why Joe is in jail. Cause part of me feels like, yeah, you may have tried to kill that bitch. But on the flip side, I'm like, you may have been set up.
I think he was still trying to kill her.
That's what I'm saying. I think it could be both. I can see both.
I definitely for sure feel as if he's trying to kill her, but he was also for sure set up.
Yeah. Or maybe he tried to kill her, but it was like, yo, he hit up the hitman. Hey, I needed this X, Y, and Z to happen. And the hitman was like, yeah, nah, I really ain't trying to do it. And then maybe they flipped on him. I don't know. But I definitely, yeah, he definitely had to try something.
Oh, absolutely,
he tried something. It was nuts. It was nuts because you're right. Jeff Lowe, he had no problem just airing shit out. He didn't care.
He even thought the shit was funny.
Yeah, he didn't care. I did think when he confronted Joe about it was money involved when he was like, they was in a little office or whatever. Mm-hmm. I did think they was about to fight.
Nah, I knew they weren't about to fight. I knew Joe had that.
Well, I knew when maybe not fight per se, but I did think he was probably gonna try to hit him or something like that.
Yeah.
But nah, he just decided to roll on him.
And again, with him being just a natural finesser, he got on the dock and told everything. Yeah. He didn't care. Like, no, look, I'm good. Yeah. He said, if I was going to jail for something, I'd be in jail right now. I was like, oh, you bitch. Those are the type of niggas I want to fight so bad.
Yeah, he didn't care.
So Ponytail dude actually just looked him up. Doc and Tell.
Yeah.
That's him.
Hey, Doc a piece of shit too.
Oh, absolutely.
He's like you don't get the piece of shit that's Joe Exotic and Jeff Lowe without Doc.
Oh, no, not
he's like the innovator of being pieces of shit.
They all wanted to be him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was bad.
Even Jeff Lowe wanted to be him.
Yeah.
But the way he was going about it, man, it's crazy. Like, and then they would show the women that he had working for him, and they dressing up like tigers and doing all this stuff. Well, his wives, rather.
I know I said this with gay people, but Doc, he's a predator too, dog.
Absolutely.
Like he had mad wives, and they was super younger than him. So I can only imagine. And he was like, they had been with him for some years. I'm like,
You know, yeah, when he was saying one of them was like 30, he's like, yeah, she's been with me for about 15 years. I'm like, oh, dog, you sick.
Right, yeah, yeah. And then you changing their names.
Right.
You doing like, really? Really? All right.
No, I'm pretty sure. And I think one of the little excerpts at the end, they mentioned that he was being investigated for something.
He
I
should
can't
be.
remember what. If y'all know what he was getting investigated for, drop it in the comments. But yeah, that whole little square in Oklahoma was just was a wild place to be.
Yeah. And then Joe, like, my nigga, you was paying them $100 a week? It's no way.
And meth.
I'm risking.
You cannot discount the meth, Kev. That was a big part of currency.
Yeah, where they were.
None of them niggas had teeth.
Yeah, nah, they didn't.
One dude, they had no legs. Meth, bro. What's that? I lost my arm, but I got some meth.
Hey, yo, when they first showed dude with no legs, I was like, a tiger bit his shit off.
I said, somebody got your ass too.
Oh man, that is if you have not watched that, you gotta watch that.
Please do.
Please watch that.
Getting out of this, what's your star rating? Matter of fact, no, we'll take it to turn on Micah. What's your letter grade?
My letter grade? Oh, this is an A.
This
is an A. Like, it's giving you everything that you would want in, I guess, to be entertaining in a sense. You're getting suspense. You're getting like, hey, no, fuck this person. You're getting, damn, is this really happening? You're getting everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give it an A.
I give it an A, not just for entertainment purposes, because it was entertaining as shit, but again, I can't help but to look at everything like a producer.
Yeah.
The fact that this dude got this completely once in a lifetime story, all by accident. Mm-hmm. He didn't know who the hell Joe Exotic was until he was investigating the Python guy.
Yeah.
The illegal Python business. And then either it was Joe or one of Joe's people was like, yo, you want to see what I got in the car? And he shows them like this rare Bengal tiger or something like that. He's like, oh, where the hell y'all get this from?
He showed him a fucking a snow leopard.
A snow leopard, there we go.
Showed him a snow leopard. Because even I was like, yo, you barely see them in the fucking wild.
Exactly. And then and from there, from 2016 on, he just kept getting lucky.
Yeah.
He got Joe Exotic and then he had his beef with Carole Baskin, and just to find out Carole Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah.
And then Joe Exotic get a reality show. Like, everything built like this producer literally was just the luckiest nigga in the world. And now he has the biggest fucking show on Netflix.
Right. Only thing I did feel bad for him when that fire happened.
Oh, yeah.
I'm after they was talking about it, I'm like, Joe, you started that shit, dog.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. I'm like,
Joe,
come on,
you
dog.
did that shit, dog.
And shit, there was a part where Joe's current husband was showing them like documents, shit like that they had locked up, where Joe Exotic said he has the evidence against all of them. And one dude was reading something that would have incriminated Joe. He didn't get a chance to read it fully, and I rewinded a bunch of times to see what he was saying. And then the husband snatched that from him. Nope, not that. I'm like, that's probably some shit that's gonna get Joe even more trouble.
Yeah. I think Joe's suing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what exactly for, but he's suing for a lot.
He gonna figure out a way.
Yeah.
It's just Joe Exotic. If anybody gonna do it, it's Joe Exotic. Everyone needs to have Tiger King mentality. You mix that with your Mamba mentality and you gonna make it.
Mamba Tigers.
And when all else fails, just pay him in meth.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do. Especially out here in Vegas, nigga. Everybody doing meth.
Or expired meat.
Listen, y'all thinking too hard.
Yeah. It's really not that
y'all
hard.
Thinking too hard, man. Come on. So exclusive on the Noize podcast, A for Tiger King.
Yeah, A for Tiger King.
Strongly recommended. Stamp it.
Yeah.
I did mention Turn My Mic Up. We will be coming back soon with Turn My Mic Up as well. We're gonna try to do something this week and get the boys back together, man. The conversation is still jumping in the group. I actually just got done having a debate with like 5 different people about who was better, G Unit or
I seen that because I was the first person. I was the first person to comment on that. I said G Unit, and when I said that, somebody else said Dipset, and they said something, and I was gonna reply to that person, but I was like, nope, this is gonna turn to something, and I don't feel like it, so no. But then you got in there, and I seen what you were saying, and I'm like, oh, see, this what Los is going through is exactly what I didn't want to happen to me.
I was actually just about to ask you, like, so where the fuck were you? Now I know.
Yeah, because the main thing I wanted to jump in there with that is because it was like I think the question was who makes better music?
It said who's better. It never specified. And then Skylar asked the question that I should have asked. When you say better, What do you mean?
Yeah, because if you want to exactly because if you're talking about just overall, if you're talking about music, I'm still gonna ride with G-Unit.
Absolutely.
Only because you can say what you want about their commercial or their actual albums, but my nigga, they have over 20 plus mixtapes where they're all gassing.
And it's all hits.
You know
Every member of G-Unit except for Tony Yayo was platinum.
Tony Yayo first album was platinum.
Did it go platinum?
Multiple times, I think.
Oh God, who bought that shit?
I don't know. That was during that whole wave where everything
if you
them
were
niggas
G-Unit,
touched.
you were gonna sell,
you know
right?
what I mean? And then I have to look at it. G-Unit had us buying them ugly ass shoes. I didn't buy a pair, but had them ugly ass shoes out.
Ugly ass beaters.
You know what I mean? Ugly ass beaters. He had clothes. I did have some clothes.
Yeah.
And
we all had bulletproof.
Yeah. Yes. You know what I mean?
We all bought that trash ass game.
Exactly. You know what I
They
mean?
were a movement, and that was my argument. I was like, when I watched everyone responding, I was like, oh, so it's popularity over product,
right?
And this always pisses me off.
Even if we wanted to go with that, Dipset. I remember in middle school when Cam first started doing like the pink thing. Of course, a lot of niggas wanted to wear pink, but that's about as far as that went.
And that's what I was trying to say. And because the only one person, and this is Truth husband, Brandon, my frat brother, he's the only one that I take what he said. I'm like, okay, with that sentiment, I can actually entertain the conversation.
What did he say?
He was saying that J.R. Wright and Hell Rell, he said he would put him up against Lloyd Banks and Young Buck any day. I was like, you know what? I can see that. Granted, Lloyd Banks is like my favorite out of G-Unit. Bar for bar, that would be a good battle, and I'm not too sure who would come out in the end. But that's not everyone's argument.
Right.
Everyone's argument, and again, I have nothing but respect to everybody on the turn mic up, and it's all just friendly competition, friendly conversation at that. And everybody knows hip hop is a very emotional conversation piece. So everything I say, I don't mean with any kind of disrespect. But I hate that everyone kept saying Camron had bars. Rudy Tooty Fruity Booty is not bars. Scott even said himself, post Cam having quote bars.
Yeah, it's not.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
and then if we want to, if we want to entertain that, if we want to say Cam got bars, right? Before we even get there, out of everybody in G Unit, we'll say we're not going to include Game, but we're going to say the 4 members of G Unit during that time. I believe you said Lloyd Banks. That's your favorite one. Yeah. Do you think he's the better rapper out of all 4?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine. There's a diss on the end of Young Buck's album, right? The last song on Young Buck's second album, "Lose My Mind," dope song, but it plays and then there's like a good few seconds of a gap. There's a diss, a Camron diss by 50 right after. 50 destroys Cam, right? So I look at it as, if Cam has such bars, why is he getting destroyed by what some people say arguably is the weakest member? You know what I mean? Like you can't But
that's the guy. That's why I said it's popularity over product,
right?
Because they don't talk about 50 going ham on Cam. They only talk about Camron calling into the radio station, Curtis. They only talk about that.
That's what started him going ham.
But that's what I mean. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It's popularity over product. And again, I'm not shitting on. It's not like Dipset was garbage.
Oh,
it's not
no, not at all.
I'm shitting on their legacy or anything like that. I'm saying in general, Dipset was a movement. Everything that people love about Dipset, and I don't care what anybody says, is from the Diplomatic Immunity album.
Yes.
No one talks about Diplomatic Immunity 2. Nobody talks about that bullshit mixtape that they dropped, what was it, like 2 years ago, where Joel Santana only had one tooth. No one talks about that. Nope. Why? Because that time has passed.
Exactly.
Dipset sold the flashy D-boy street nigga mentality. And again, by the time Jim Jones was on, it was well after Dipset. Jim Jones didn't become the Jim Jones popular nigga until We Fly High.
Yes.
No one was blasting Certified Gangsters.
Yes.
Nobody.
Yes. And I was, what was it, sophomore, maybe? So I think sophomore, maybe junior year? No, it was sophomore year.
Yeah.
That's about a good few years before.
It's a solid amount of time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you're right about that.
But like I said, from a lyrical place, the only argument that I was like, okay, this is worth the conversation was J.R. Ryder and Hell Rell versus Lloyd Banks and Young Buck. I'm like, okay, I would like to have that conversation.
Yeah, I guess you could.
But another thing, though, I may get flack for this, but I mean, it's cool because it's hip hop. J.R. Ryder and Young Buck's style wasn't too different. J.R.'s was a lot more East Coast influence, but delivery, what they were talking about, shit, low key, even display what was being put out there. It kind of were the same nigga. I know you haven't listened to not J.R. Ryder, Hell Rail.
I'm thinking about both, and even though yes, I do agree with you, I would definitely like to see it. But me and the stuff that I've heard, I'm probably gonna give that to Buck and Banks.
I would just have to see it. I would. In the end, I would give it to Bucks and Banks as well. But if we're gonna have a true conversation about content and lyrical ability, I'd rather entertain that conversation than Cam versus 50.
Absolutely. I feel like
I'll even entertain Joel's verse, not necessarily from a lyrical standpoint, but just from a content standpoint, because Joel had anthems. Mm-hmm. Joel had a cool run. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people confuse Joel's run for all of Dipset.
Yeah. Yeah. They do that. They do it. Joel had a run, especially like him and Fab. They had that moment. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that. Yes, when it comes to them, yes, if you want to, you can say I'm biased. But at the same time, I can look at what's what and be truthful about it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the hero thing, I have to be like, to me, I look at that like a Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Yeah. It's like, hey, they can put you to sleep, but hey, they can put you to sleep as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what? That is the perfect example. Deontay Wilder is not a boxer. He is a brawler, but he is well more popular. Tyson Fury is a all-around athlete when it comes down to boxing. And we saw that with the last fight.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. I think content is the actual skill of boxing. Mm-hmm. And I think the popularity was exactly that, the popularity. Dipset was selling people a dream. Dipset was selling people a look. Like you said, everybody was wearing pink when Camron was wearing pink. And then when he started wearing canary yellow, niggas was wearing canary yellow.
True.
Remember, cats used to get the thick ass canary yellow shoelaces.
The pink ones. I remember the pink ones, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, they absolutely were a movement. But if we're speaking on just content.
But just in that same token, yes, they were absolutely doing that. But you'd be a damn lie if motherfuckers would walk around here in some fucking ugly ass Reeboks in the G-Unit tank top.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So to me, I look at that like tomato.
Scratch all that. We can really get into the bank. Everyone had a spinning chain.
Yeah.
Not just a G-Unit spinning chain, nigga, a Panther spinning chain.
Mm-hmm. I seen a nigga have a hubcap spinning chain.
Bruh, everyone had a spinner around that time. So it's like, I don't know. I think posing the question, it was a really good question. Mm-hmm. But what people are using to argue the fact that Dipset was better content-wise, I can't stand for. I really can't.
And then on top of that, too, like you said earlier, it's hip-hop is a definitely emotional space, and it's also subjective. Even though, me personally, I liked how aggressive they were. I mean, that's where my mentality is. A lot of people didn't rock with that. You know what I mean? They were like, why is they keeping it divided? Why is they doing this? Why is they doing that? You know what I mean? So I think that plays a part into why people are saying Dipset. And also, too, if I like a group, you know what I mean? Like what we'll do with 50 and Rick Ross when they had their little beef or whatever the case was. Me, I'm riding with 50. Even though I know Ross got some hits. Right. You know what I mean? I look at this as the same thing. If my favorite person is 50, I'm not really fucking with Ross because my favorite person is 50. If my favorite group is Dipset and G-Unit is this, and man, fuck G-Unit. You know what I mean? Like I look at it as it's subjective and it's emotional based. Like you have to remove that if you want to really get down to the nitty gritty.
I would say Dipset was a lot more influential than G-Unit.
I would say that. Yeah.
I would definitely say Dipset was a lot more influential than G-Unit. But again, I think that's what we were arguing. Mm-hmm. And I even gave them credit in the on the page. I was like, if we're talking about popularity, if we're talking about influence, all that other good shit, I absolutely give that to Dipset because again, they sold a dream. G-Unit didn't really sell a dream. It was just gangsters. You know what I'm saying? That's all they were doing. They were just giving you the gangster lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Dipset made you want to be flashy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people tailored their style and how they moved after Dipset going forward. Yeah. But you never heard niggas like really, I mean, you heard niggas playing Dipset, don't get me wrong, but you never got quotables from people out of Dipset. You never got cats running around screaming Dipset. Well, everybody was doing G-U. Yeah. Everybody was doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So either way.
It was
but again, I love the conversation.
Yeah,
this is the kind of shit I want to have on Turn My Mic Up because it is conversations about the thing that we all love, you know what I'm saying, keep so close and near and dear. So I loved everything about that.
Staying on hip hop, I know you seen it I was actually trying to look since I was up, trying to look for them and find them, but I couldn't find them. These beat battles. How you give me your deep dive on these beat battles? How do you feel about them?
Swizz versus Timbo.
Who won?
Swizz. And the only reason
I've heard that Swizz started out like killing them, and then at a certain point, Tim just washed him.
But that's the thing. Tim eventually washed him by playing, because Tim reminded you he had more hits than Swizz, more like longevity type hits, and that's where I think it differs. Swizz, his shit hits for whatever season, you know what I'm saying, we're in at the moment.
Okay.
Timbo has timeless classics. Not saying Swizz has none, but Timbo has shit that when you put that on, you feel something.
And he's super diverse.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he's done everything.
Yeah, pop, hip hop, R&B. So yeah. I just wanted, because I was trying to find them, but
I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing because, like I said, I've really been dialed into Talib Kweli's live DJ sets. That nigga's been going crazy. But you know who? You're gonna call me weird, but you know who I rocked with the other night? Questlove.
I fuck with
Questlove. No, here's why you're gonna find me weird. He did a 4-hour Stevie Wonder set, and boy did he! I forgot Stevie just got.
I was about to ask you. I definitely fuck with Stevie, but I didn't know he had 4 hours worth of hits.
4 hours worth of hits, bro.
Really?
He was rocking. I was just like, okay. It just felt good.
As much as I love Stevie, as much as I love any artist, I don't want to listen to them 4 hours straight.
I didn't hear all 4 hours. Don't get me wrong. I probably stuck around for about 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't want to.
But it was just in that pocket, and I knew that he was playing other shit because I probably came in like an hour after he started, and then I found out he had 2 more hours after. But that little pocket I was in,
he was
like, I'm finna 2-step in this bitch.
I will say, out of all the beat battles or whatever you want to call it, I will say that it's producers out there that I didn't know produce certain songs.
Yeah.
And then I tried to think, like, why didn't I know that they produced a song? I was thinking, like, now I know for sure now we're in the era of, people not really looking at credits and so on and so forth. But even back then when people were, I was just more in tune with the song and how it sounded that I didn't give a fuck who made it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just wanted to like it. But actually hearing a minute, two minutes of I'm finna fuck up the name. One of the names, Hit Boy and what's the other guy's name? It was Hit Boy and something. They was doing like a little thing yesterday, maybe the day before, and some of the song they were playing, I was like, oh, y'all made shit that I fucks with, and they're newer acts. Well, I don't say newer, but no, one of them made the Forever beat. So he's probably been around about.
Oh, Murder Beats?
No, it wasn't him. It was Hit Boy and.
Oh, you're right. Murder Beats made Nice for What?
Yeah. But just I'm saying basically it was a lot of songs. I'm like, damn, I didn't know they made. I didn't know they had. But I guess that we can take that as the good thing in this quarantine. We're getting, I guess, decent content.
Dog, and that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is the time.
Yeah.
Like when you really want to see some shit go on, like this is the time to really make something shake because everyone is literally dialed into their phones, dialed into their computers.
Who is your dream beat battle? If you can choose any 2 producers to go at it, who would you?
You go first because I actually have to think about that now.
Well, my favorite beat or producer, I think he's my favorite. Yeah, he's my favorite. Is Alchemist.
Okay.
Like I just think he's dope. So I would like to see Alchemist and shit. That's a question and I don't even think I had the full answer to. I don't know. That's a question I don't even think.
He said, I wasn't even prepared.
Yeah, I really wasn't. Damn. Shit, yeah. We'll come back to that.
This is gonna be a weird one-on-one, but just kind of rock with me for a little bit.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a Ninth Wonder Dr. Dre beat battle. The reason I say that is because Dr. Dre literally laid out the blueprint of what West Coast hip hop would be for decades.
Absolutely.
Going forward. The Dre sound was, actually, I'm gonna say this point, and then I'm gonna also retract who I said, and I'm gonna switch it to somebody else because this one actually will be more so from the West Coast standpoint. But Dr. Dre beats evokes emotions. Dr. Dre beats you can attach to a time in your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Ninth Wonder does the exact same thing, but from a very East Coast point. There are a lot of records that you hear from Ninth Wonder that you're like, okay, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. But I switched Ninth Wonder out, and just for general enjoyment of beats, I would love to see a DJ Quick Dr. Dre beat battle.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. That'd be really fun. I would like to see Alchemist and Preem.
Ooh, Primo. Yeah,
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
I think I could. I think that'd be fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be fun because I also think Alchemist, he does certain beats that he makes or has made. You can place in a specific time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It can give you a certain feel, like that whole Quiet Storm shit. Every time that come on, I'm like, yo, this that shit. So I would like to see that.
You know who else I would like to see? I would love to see Swizz Beatz and Pharrell.
That would be big.
That would be huge. That's some shit you put on pay-per-view.
Yeah, that would be.
I would love to see
really
Swizz Beatz and Pharrell. That'd be a great fucking beat battle.
Yeah,
because I feel like they are like neck and neck for hits.
I think Pharrell might edge him out.
Pharrell might edge him out just because for the amount of time he's been around. Because Pharrell goes all the way back to Rex and Effect.
True. That plays a part. But even if I'm going hit for hit, I think I still might edge Pharrell out.
Well, no, Pharrell has a lot more timeless joints. I would definitely say that.
Yeah,
but again,
that'd be big, dude.
That's not undermining the fact that Swizz Beatz at one point was on a run. Or matter of fact, even okay, boom. This will even up everything for time, for hit, for feeling, for sound, the whole nine. Swizz Beatz versus Just Blaze, circa 2001 to about 2007.
If they would have to go, that'd be dope. Then I'm just gonna say this because they would have to go into it like, all right, I'm really trying to quote unquote kill this man with it. Only reason I say that is because there is a YouTube video and it's like 2 hours long. I didn't watch the whole thing where they do that. They do go at each other, but it doesn't seem like neither one of them is really taking it serious.
Yeah, that's all. I think they would have to really dial in.
Yeah, if they dialed in, then yeah, I think that'd
and I realized I stopped in 2007. Nah, I forgot they even further past that. Because Lord knows, that beat is so fucking disgusting. To about 2012, I'd say about 2001 to 2012, Swizz Beatz versus Just Blaze, that'd be a hell of a battle.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be a hell of a battle.
Yeah.
But just on some chill shit, I really would like to hear Dr. Dre versus Ninth Wonder. Just like,
yeah, that'd be fun.
I know they gonna give me some solid, some rock with you shit.
That'd be fun.
Sticking with hip hop, we had a chance to listen to Young Jeezy's 7-song EP, 2020 Pyrex Vision. Thoughts? We're low-key have like a little mini episode of Turn My Mic Up on the Noize right now.
Well, I want to say this.
Okay.
I fucks with Jeezy. Right. I remember when Thug Motivation came out, getting on the bus to go to the mall to buy this album. So I fucks with him. Favorite Jeezy album is The Recession.
Okay.
However, with this project and the one that he did before, did it come out last year, year before that? I personally think Jeezy needs to, obviously he has a love for music. That's apparent.
Right.
I think he needs to kind of switch up because
he's supposed to be retired, isn't he?
Well, not this album, but the one before that he said it was. And the reason being is because a lot of his albums, at least with this one, it all sounded the same. I remember we was listening to it. I was like, yo, is this like track 3, track 4? Like,
right, just bled together.
It all sounds the same. And then on top of that, I think he's trying to tap into something that he's so far removed from that it may not hit how he envisions it to hit. You know what I mean? So I love Jeezy. I do. I just this album wasn't it. It wasn't it for me.
Nah, I agree.
And it sucks because I love that kind of music. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But this wasn't it for me.
The thing with Jeezy with me, then, it's always been this way. is it doesn't. It's certain records. You hear growth, you hear evolution, but then the rest is just the same.
Maybe that's what it is for me, because I feel like with his up until the last album he's supposed to be retired on, you can say the sounded the same, but there was minor growth in between them. But these last two albums, it seemed like he took a steps back. You know what I mean? And if in this climate, I don't feel like you can do that. I don't feel like you can do that. And if I feel like with everything being so new, we want fresh, we want new right now. I don't want to hear something that sounds like it was left over on a hard drive from 8 years ago. You got to put out some new stuff.
Which is how that whole last album was, yeah.
The most recent one?
No, the very last one on Def Jam. Not the 2020 Pyrex Vision, his retirement album.
His retirement album. I feel like with that one, he may have tried to experiment some shit that just didn't work, but growing in, you was like, Jesus, you're better than this. You can do better than this.
I heard you do better.
Right. So I don't know, man. I feel like maybe he needs to be in self-quarantine or something. I don't know, to get back in that bag, because yes, this was a surprise. And anytime Jeezy comes up, even saying what I'm saying about these last two albums, if he drops something, I'm gonna check it out.
Right.
But I don't know how long I can keep doing that if I'm gonna get this.
I think Recession is your favorite album just because it sounds so different than what all the other Jeezy's albums sound like.
Yeah, I think that, and probably the time that it came out it wasn't a great time for me, but it definitely wasn't a bad time for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And obviously with music, you attach to moments that you're in your life. So maybe so. I just don't think these last two albums, I didn't see. If you're not going to grow, at least give me the shit that you know how to give me. And he didn't do that.
Like, to that example, Rick Ross, Mastermind. One of my favorite Rick Ross albums, simply because it doesn't sound like the stereotypical Rick Ross album.
Right.
Sorry, something CNN popped up. Anyway, it doesn't sound like the stereotypical Rick Ross album. The same way with, what was it? Teflon Don? Personally, I think that's his best one. But
maybe so. My favorite one is just the second joint,
which I think is Teflon Don.
Is it?
I think.
I don't think it's. I know the album, the actual CD was gold.
All of his CDs were gold.
Really?
I don't think he's had one platinum album.
No. I mean like the actual CD.
Oh yeah, Teflon Don.
Was that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a dope album.
That was it. I personally think that's his best. Oh no, a second was Triller. Triller was terrible.
What? I love Triller. Triller was dope.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right.
Triller was dope.
You're right. Triller was the better album.
Triller was dope, and it was sucks for me during that time. That's right around like the 50 beef, and like I said before, I was already leaning towards 50, so from that point forward, I really ain't fuck with Ross until the last few years. I thought the album was dope, but
nope, I'm sticking with it. I think Teflon Don was the best one. I just realized
probably so.
Teflon Don had the Freemason joint, had the Tears of Joy with CeeLo, Made by Music 3 with T.I., Jadakiss, and Erykah Badu. Had Super High with Neo. MC Hammer with Gucci Mane, Blowing Money Fast, Ashton Martin. Teflon Don was
definitely. Yeah, Teflon Don was up there.
Okay, I just had to make sure I get all my albums right. But yeah,
since we hear who is the better? I'm talking about lyricism, like just gonna give you punch on shit like that, metaphors. But who is the better coke rapper?
Out of it's so many.
Jeezy, Ross, and Push.
I can't help but to, because of where I am and my take on hip hop, I have to put Push first. Jeezy as a very close second.
I think old Jeezy has a very shit.
I
might even argue old Jeezy could be first, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying. Old Jeezy has a very close second.
Yeah.
Like it's an ant's fart away from being number one or even being tied. Ross, I don't even rank him only because you could tell, like, when he spits, he doesn't know anything about the coke game. Like, you're Officer William Roberts, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't even rank Ross, but if I had to put him up there, he'd be third with coke rap. I would actually replace him and put French Montana in there. At least I actually believe French Montana.
I wouldn't even do that. I definitely don't believe that guy.
Oh no, the Coke Boys is a very real thing.
They can be real all they want, but I don't believe that guy.
You just don't believe French.
Nah. I see, when it comes to, I'm a firm believer that yes, people grow, they change, I understand that. But your life experiences, whether you are still living that life or not, they're going to stick with you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And I feel like if you're in a Coke game, something like that, and if what you're talking about on your records is right, then you're really, really in the game. Then that little piece, even though you move from it, will kind of stick with you a little bit. And I just don't see that in him. You know what I mean? Like,
I think he was the 6ix9ine of the Coke Boys, because
I can believe that
they got Chinks drugs the fuck up out of here.
I can believe that the 6ix9ine of that. I can believe that. I believe with how I feel with Push and with Jeezy. Like, yes, they've progressed, or as a person they've progressed. You know what I mean? They're not out there in the streets no more, but I still believe, like, if they really want to shit stop today, they can go out there and get a crack.
You know, let me actually put a little more respect on that. I just thought about it. I wouldn't say 6ix9ine. I would definitely say he was the what's my man's name? The GS9 niggas, the main dude. Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah.
I would say he's the Bobby Shmurda of the Coke Boys.
Nah, because I kind of believe Bobby Shmurda. I kind of believe he was out there in them streets, but I see where you're going, and I'm like, okay, I can rock with that.
I feel like Bobby Shmurda was like the leader, but I don't think he was hands dirty. But I think because he was that leader, he had no problem taking Rowdy Rebel's time and other niggas' time to get added onto his.
Nah, I believe that could be true, but I also believe he was probably out there. I
wouldn't be surprised if he was. Yeah. I don't know. That's
even,
a whole nother episode.
But even with their sentiments, take all those guys we just named. Mm-hmm. Look at how they move, not in music, but look at how they move as a person. You can see that they probably been through some shit.
Yeah.
I just don't believe that. I'm not saying he hasn't, but I just don't believe that with French Montana. I don't feel like he's been in crazy drug shit. You know what I mean? Like, obviously he's been through some shit, but I don't believe him being in crazy drug shit. So I don't know. But hey, none of those guys are doing this, so we're not saying that they're doing that or anything like that. So,
like, they're all rappers now.
Yeah, they're rappers.
They were at the Grammys.
Yeah.
French Montana's gonna be at the fucking Kids' Choice Awards.
How did that happen?
Shit. I wish I could tell you. He was one of the people performing. Excuse me. City Girls were up for an award. Kids are ratchet, bro. Kids are ratchet now.
And I'm not saying they, like, the award part, no, that part is irrelevant to me. But the people, like, yeah, City Girls and French Montana. I guess.
But you know what though? I can't give them too much slack. Here's why. LL Cool J performed Who Do You Love on all that. Ice Cube performed We Be Clubbing on all that. We had a little bit of ratchet back then too.
Yeah. I can't even refute that.
LL insinuated sex when he said, "Why you leaving honey on alone with me?" He even made the face. I'm like, bro, there are 12-year-olds in this crowd.
Yeah. Cube said we be clubbing. Nigga, none of them can get in.
None of them are going to the club.
They got to ask for a ride and hope they can get there.
Maybe they're going to Frozen 75, maybe, depending on the actual time. For those that don't know, Frozen 75 was a teen nightclub out here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Little fun fact.
But if you do need a teen club, Jade is doing her thing.
Yep. Shout out to Jade, boy.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. I can't remember if she moved like where it actually was or not. I don't know, but she's doing her thing. So definitely check her out on Instagram and get all the details on that. What do they call it? Deets? Is that what they say?
The deets. Do they still say that?
I don't know. I've been quarantined. I don't know.
I don't know the new shit. So of course, in true Noize fashion, we all agreed to have this be a 45-minute episode. Here we are at hour 15. So Kev.
Whoa, really? I didn't feel like it was that long.
No, we were rocking, and there's been some times since we really just sat in here and just like rock.
Yeah. No, before we go, because we did have this on the notes, and I feel like we might be the only person to talk about it as of right now. Jon Jones.
Oh yeah. We can definitely get into Jon Jones real quick. So he has been arrested again. Yeah. Jon Jones, once we get all this stuff pulled up here, was arrested for the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. He was caught with drugs, a gun, and a liquor bottle in his. I'm sorry, not drugs. Let me not slander my man. He was hit with the DWI.
Yeah.
They
He already
found
took the drugs.
more than likely, but he had a liquor bottle. He had a black handgun in his car. He's already been released, of course. This was in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I have so many questions.
Out in the Kirky. But they said he took a breathalyzer and he was twice the legal limit, which kind of expected because it's Jon Jones. That nigga does not half-ass anything.
Right.
Dave made a really good point in the Beat group chat. How many chances do you give this nigga?
That's what I'm gonna say. When do you be like, all right, bro, like come on, my G. Really?
It makes you wonder is as the UFC is getting bigger and then they're losing their stars to wrestling and their current stars can't stay out of trouble. Like, are they just desperate at this point?
Yes, I think so. And I also think they're cheap.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel like if you were to actually pay these fighters what you should be paying these fighters, you would get a lot more bigger names.
Yeah.
So you losing.
You know what? I fully agree with you. I remember when they were showing they were doing a package on Conor McGregor right before he fought Mayweather. And what did he get for fighting Mayweather? Like $1.5 million or something? Something low.
It was something low.
Something low for boxing.
Yeah.
But
for UFC, it was like big.
They showed a video of when McGregor made $250,000, and McGregor was fucking lights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was ecstatic about it.
Right.
And I'm like, you're ecstatic. Now, granted, I'd be ecstatic for $250,000.
Absolutely.
I'd be ecstatic for $2,500 right now. But for somebody like that in that kind of landscape and in that kind of business, the fact that he really lit up for $250,000, I'm like, damn, y'all niggas is getting paid peanuts over there for what y'all do.
Getting paid peanuts to get beat the fuck up.
And y'all are easily as popular, arguably more popular than boxing.
Exactly. I just think with Jon Jones, man, or just with UFC as a whole, if they pay them what they're supposed to be paid, then they won't necessarily have to worry about losing other stars to wrestling. They won't have to worry about stuff with Jon Jones. Like, hey, my G, you fucking up.
Right.
Go get somewhere. I honestly think this man needs some type of rehab.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to kind of be away. I understand how it can be hard for him. Well, how it can be easy for him. Because the same thing I feel about with Chris Brown. If I'm not saying Chris Brown is doing this, but the word on the street is he likes to play with his nose. If he is doing that, but getting out there to perform like he's performing, I can see how he's like, yo.
He doesn't see that as a problem.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Same thing with Jon Jones. If he's doing all this, but then going out there and beating the brakes off you, I can see how it's not a problem. My questions though are, what the fuck were you doing in New Mexico?
He probably lives out there. You know, the UFC fighters be from the most like obscure areas. Yeah. And they're either from Vegas or they're from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Right. My second question is
Rhode Island and shit.
My second question is, you are Jon Jones. I don't care how intoxicated you are. You are Jon Jones. Why the fuck do you have a handgun with you?
Because he's Jon Jones.
Who is going to test you?
Another nigga with a gun.
I guess so. I guess you're right in that case.
I'm not fighting that
I guess you're right in that because I'll be thinking, I'm not fighting you, dog.
You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't finna happen. I wouldn't fight Tyson now.
No, hell no. You seen him throw some of them air punches?
Bro, he's a fucking
he
problem.
Is fucking the win up.
Killing the win.
No, but
Mother Nature got his ass whooped by Mike Tyson.
You are absolutely right. I would have to. You got to draw down on him because imagine fighting a coked up Jon Jones. Bruh.
Yo, chill.
Yeah. I agree with Dave, man. How many chances does a person get?
Because he's gonna get another chance.
Absolutely, because
they're not gonna. I mean, even look at prime fucking example. The nigga we just got done talking about, Conor McGregor. Mm-hmm. This nigga threw a chair through a bus window, damaged one of the fighters' eye, and fucked up the UFC card for one of the. I think it was the either light heavyweight or middleweight championship.
Yeah, I remember that.
Fucked up the championship fight because the nigga got glass in his eye. Mm-hmm. He was suspended, a year?
Think so.
And was back in the octagon?
Think so.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't. I don't think they give a fuck, true. But I also think that goes to say is, all right, if Conor is gone, who we got to draw a crowd?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
but even then Dave had to bring it to my knowledge. Jon Jones hasn't been a draw in some years, especially since he's been doing this wild shit. Since he's been publicly playing with his nose, he hasn't been that much of a draw.
True.
But that's one thing. I think UFC is just in a desperate place.
True.
Like, think about it. Lord, it's escaping me. The heavyweight champion, former heavyweight champion. I think he just retired too.
Of UFC?
Yeah.
The person that Jon Jones fought?
No. This is the heavyweight. If y'all know his name, saying in the comments. But anyway, he was heavyweight champ. Had a little stare down with Brock Lesnar. Nothing came from it, but it was something to talk about. And then the dude that was in that undercard fight who took off his pants because he said his balls were hot. That nigga had a championship match the next UFC pay-per-view for saying his balls were hot. I think they're desperate. I think they're just desperate at this point.
That does seem a little desperate.
That's desperate moves. Like, granted, dude, you know what I'm saying? It was a solid win. I think it was a win from points, but it was a solid win. But you know the only reason you gave him a championship shot was because he was viral at the time.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about social media.
Oh, yeah.
You can get viral. Shit, yes, you would like to be viral more than once, but you can be viral once, and that shit could really just change everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is definitely crazy. What do you think?
Daniel Cormier. He was
that's what I was thinking.
He was the actual champion, and then he went up against.
Because he fought Jon Jones. He lost to him.
But he was. What is Jon Jones? Jon Jones is a light heavyweight. So he fought Jon Jones and he was a light heavyweight then.
I don't know their weight class, but I know he fought Jon Jones. He lost to him because that was because they were having a riff.
Yeah, that was for the light heavyweight championship.
Yeah. I remember he fought him because he was the one saying like, yeah, he lost to him, but he was like, yo, Jon Jones isn't what you guys think he is. Like, he's a fucked up person type of shit. Because I think that they fought, and if I'm not mistaken, Jon Jones drug tested bad after the fight, but I guess the way they painted it was like it was also during, like the man should have won that actual belt, and he didn't. I remember this whole thing going on, but yeah, if you were Dana White, you know what I mean, what would you do when it comes to Jon Jones?
I'd have to let him go.
Like, period? I'd
have to, because at the end of the day, you're gonna bring a shit ton of negative press. Because people are going to think we don't take our drug testing seriously. People are going to think that we don't take. Because think about it. There have been more people. I'm over here trying to look up the dude that Cormier fight that he said his balls were hot. Derek Lewis. That's his name.
Oh, right.
But anyway. Nope. Yeah. There we go. It was Derek Lewis. But at the end of the day, you're gonna bring negative press my way, and I already have enough negative press. And then when you really think about it, MMA has been considered a legitimate popular sport for like the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Before that, they looked at it as a fight club. They looked at it as some underground street shit.
Yeah.
We're just now getting to the place, and like I said, arguably more popular than boxing. We're just now getting to a place of respect, and now we got motherfuckers throwing chairs through bus windows, another motherfucker that can't stay off coke. Everybody's literally bailing from UFC to be a wrestler. Like, it's, this looks like a carny activity. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Outside of them leaving to be wrestlers, you think maybe this is the UFC's game plan to have just wild shit happen? Just for people to talk about? I mean, not the Jon Jones shit, but like him throwing a bus. Yes, that can bring negative press, but also can bring good press too. If you really dial into it, you know what I mean, it can bring good press. So maybe that's their gimmick.
Apparently, it's their gimmick.
maybe that's their gimmick. Hey, yo, just go fuck shit up. Let's hope for the best.
Break shit, you'll get a championship match next week. I promise you.
Yeah.
This is a conversation we need to have Dave on, and I'm pretty sure Dave would love to talk about it. I'm pretty sure he'll even jump on it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that it'll come back. It'll come back around because
absolutely.
Like you said, he bailed out, obviously, but that shit's not going away.
But yeah, but to go back to your question, I'd have to let him go, especially because you're not a draw for me anymore. And the only reason you become a draw for me is because they want to see how do you fight after your prison stint.
Right.
To me, that's not an athletic competition. That is social media playing out in real life.
True.
So it's like, what are you doing for me at this point? You are costing me more than you're making me.
That is very true.
Because now it's to the point where no one's interested in your fights. They're starting to get tired of your antics as well. So now if I put you on this card and I make you headline this card and nobody buys, now you just cost me money. Because I could have put this match on the card and have that headline.
Yeah, you're right about that. He's costing money because everybody else, the vast majority, they're probably tired. Like, you know, keep giving this guy chances.
I'm pretty sure the white boys giving this nigga.
You see where I was going. But for us, we looking at it like, bruh, why are you doing this when everything is good? Supposedly, you're getting out there beating cats up. You have an opportunity here,
right? And
you're fucking it up to go get high,
right? Yeah.
So you're right. He's becoming. It's becoming not a draw. I don't know. Prayers up for that, man.
Think about it. As a basketball fanatic, how long do you think a team will keep a player doing some shit like that?
They wouldn't keep a player.
Exactly.
There's only once. Let this be in the NBA, and it's a let Paul George do some shit like this. Mm-hmm. But nigga, you're gonna be gone.
Right.
You're gonna be gone. I'm not saying you're not gonna play basketball again, but you're not gonna be in the NBA.
Right.
Probably can go overseas. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's he gotta switch it up.
And that's all I'm saying. Like, that's UFC's issue. They're starting to legitimize them. Well, they've legitimized themselves absolutely compared to the underground cage fights they used to do.
Maybe the issue is Dana White.
How so?
Because if they had somebody that was really running shit, i.e. like a Adam Silver, maybe they wouldn't have these issues. You know what I mean? I have to believe that with Conor McGregor, yes, I can clearly see that whatever issues him and that person had, those issues took over that moment. You know what I mean?
You know what? I agree with you because having a commissioner that's a former fighter.
Yes.
So he relates to the shit that they
exactly,
do.
And not only that, a commissioner that's actually gonna look out for you and pay you well. I have to believe that a lot of the shit that goes on in the UFC does not happen if they're paid right. Mm. You know what I mean? Imagine a dope boy that was getting it on the corner, but he can fight. He gets to the UFC and realizes, hey yo, I got to do X, Y, and Z to be in the UFC, and they're paying me peanuts, but I can go to the block and make more than this.
So Kimbo Slice?
Was Kimbo a D-boy?
Nah, he was just a street fighter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. It's like a Pee Wee Kirkland. You know what I mean? Like I have to believe that if...
But he didn't go past the Rucker, though.
Shit.
Did he?
Pee Wee Kirkland got drafted, told them, nah, I can make more money selling dope, and went to sell dope and made more money.
Oh, well,
and could hoop.
Oh yeah, hoop his ass off.
You know what I mean? So I have to think it's like that. If you got somebody in there who is not a former fighter and who's going to pay them more and be about, this is a business. I'm going to run this like a business, and maybe you don't have a lot of the issues that you have. Yeah. I'm not saying the Jon Jones shit. That seemed like it don't matter who's going to be there. That's going to happen.
Because I look at what's the other one? Bellator.
Yeah,
Bellator. Another one that we're probably gonna have MMA heads on our head about this shit, but whatever. Bellator to me is a super carny type thing. It seems like it's like the big three of MMA. Mm-hmm. Like once cats are done, once they know they're not gonna make the money or get the headlining, you know what I'm saying, places like how UFC would get them, they go to Bellator. And then you get these flabby and sick fights in Bellator. Like it's I think who just went over there? Well, not just went over there, but when Quentin Rampage Jackson was over there, I was sad for the man. I'm like, dog, I watched you powerbomb a nigga from the ground position.
I think, yeah, you're right. But I think, and with him in particular, I think I just want to fight, and I know I can't hack it there. So I'm just going here. Yeah, so I think that's what. But no, you're absolutely right. It does seem a little like,
like
right.
Like when you
I'm gonna watch you when UFC's not on.
Exactly. Like the only thing, like it's still the same UFC that it was, just with rules now.
Yeah,
and they need to distance themselves from that because they're gonna start becoming known as the company that employs thugs.
Yeah,
and
yeah, it's yeah. But then again, like we said before, we are giving our opinion and thoughts on millionaires.
Yeah, yeah.
We just talking shit.
I'm waiting on my paycheck. They got their check already.
Yeah, we just
we're talking about people who are not affected by this quarantine.
Yeah,
niggas is literally sitting in the crib swimming in money.
Yeah.
Kev, man, let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
Hollywood Kev __ on my Twitter and my Instagram. I actually been getting a couple follows on Instagram. I don't know why, but but yeah, that's where I be at.
At Big Los IG on IG. I've been a little more active on there. Big Los 89 on Snapchat. I'm going to get active on there. And of course, follow at The Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And really keep your eyes on it with this upcoming week. We got something interesting dropping, we'll say.
Yeah.
So definitely keep your eyes on the Noize social media pages. And of course, follow everything and everybody Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's The Noize.